Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Wikipedia. Myself, Assistant Professor Sunil Shah. Today I will be covering up the topic called Trade Union Act 1926, which is there in Unit 2 of Semester 2 of Mumbai University FYBMS course, and the subject's name is Industrial Law. Today, students will be speaking about in this particular educational video that is related to different types of logos of different unions which are there in Maharashtra as well as in Mumbai, as well as of India, the meaning of trade union, the things the trade union, that is TU, works for, the applicability of the act, the registration process of the trade union, the amalgamation of the trade union, the name change as well as the procedure which has been permitted under the Trade Union Act for the dissolution of the trade union. These are the various logos of the trade union which are quite popular. One is the All India Trade Union Congress, that is popular known as AITUC. The Federation of Indian Trade Union is also one of the logo which can be seen. It is also known as FITU. The next one is Indian National Trade Union Congress, the logo which is there. The one more trade union which is quite popular is called National Front of India Trade Union, which is more popular in the northern Indias. Students, the recent the doctors went into this strike. They are associated with one of the very well-known organization related to the union, that is called Maharashtra State Association of Resident Doctors. That is a union of the doctor. They are resident doctor when they are working in an hospitals. So whenever the doctors want to go for strike and when they are affiliated to one of the union, that is called MARC, the MARC comes into the support when there is a discrimination between the patient or the doctors, or when there is a problem related to the salary. Very well known union that is in Maharashtra is the Bharatiya Kamgar Sena, which has been affiliated to one of the political parties. We have the unions related to the transport who are carrying out the goods, or the logistic, or those persons who are supplying the goods from one state to another. That is called All India Transport and General Kamgar Union, which has been registered. One of the union which is quite famous is that Maharashtra Building and General Labours Union, which has been associated with the problems related to the unions labours which have been associated with the construction industry. If you see from this particular logo, where there is a problem related to pilots, co-pilots who are working with any of the airlines, they are affiliated to one of the union called Indian Commercial Pilot Association, having the central offices in the Delhi, followed with the union which has been associated with those persons or those workers who are working in docks, that is called Maritime Union of India. This is the logo which is quite popular. You are also aware that the journalists also have the union, and it is known as the Indian Journalist Union. The person like the spot boy, or the persons who are the makeup artists, or those persons who are working, who are dancing, or the choreographers, who are the persons who are providing food for the particular movies or when it has been done, and they have been associated with the union which is known as All India Cine Workers Association, who may be having their offices at Andheri in Mumbai. One more union is also famous, that is All India Transport Mathadi and General Kamgar Union, which is quite prevailing in the APMC markets. There is also one more logo which is quite famous in State Bank of India, that is called as State Bank of India Staff Association. That is also in union. Also we have All India Union Bank Officers Staff Association, which has been affiliated to the registered bodies, and also we have All India Postal and Postal Extra Departmental Employees Union, which is also quite famous when there is a when the postman or the other persons who are working in post office wants to come out with the grievances and want to get the justification for their rights and demands. Quite famous is also the nurses unions which have been affiliated to All India Institute of Medical Science. We have the very well-known Nurses Association of India, that is also one of the logo which is quite famous, that is called the Training Nurses Association of India. So there are two association of unions. Also, as I have shown in my earlier slide, that is related to Indian Commercial Pilots, that is the commercial pilot. In this case we would be having the one more logo which is quite famous, that is Cabin Crew Union. Association of the Flight Attendants is also quite famous logo which is there associated with the airline industries. Now, informing about the trade union. A trade union is a group of workers or the employees intending to maintaining the employees' right and ensuring that they are not discriminating against the employer. Along with this, they mainly forms the new ideas on how to improve the condition of the employees. So, students in the trade union, they would be speaking about the rights, ensuring the safety, welfare of the employers, and also focuses on there should not be discrimination about the salary. What are the things the trade union must be doing? That is attainment of the better wages. So that should be better wages for the employees. Attainment of the better benefit. The better benefit should be given by the employer to the employee. Improvement of their living conditions, the standards, the hygienic, the sanitization, the sitting arrangement should be done in the offices or in the factories. Improving the working condition, that means the timing should be fixed, they should be given a healthy diet, the healthy food, the subsidized way of canteen. There should not be discrimination between the workers. They should be provided with the bonus or they should be provided with the salary or with the overtime wages. Aligning the complaint procedure, that is the role of the union. Whenever the complaint comes to the union, it should be satisfactorily resolved. The work after getting the proper holidays, healthcare and retirement benefits is also the union's role. Proper protection of the integrity and the rights of the employees should be the one of the role of the trade union. Helping employees should center their unity amongst themselves. So there should be bond between the employees and employees. Coming to the extent and the commencement of the Act, the Trade Union Act of India 1926 extend to whole of India. Whether it is a Jammu or Kashmir also it has been applicable. It came into force after the approval of the central government in the year 1926, that is pre-independence. What is trade dispute? It is a dispute between the employer and the workman, or between the workman and the workman, or between employer and employer, which is connected with the employment or non-employment of the terms of the employment of the condition of the labor or any of the persons. So when there is a dispute between the workman and worker or between the employer and employee related to working condition or related to salary, that type of dispute would be called as trade dispute. Coming to the process of registration, any 7 or more persons of a trade union may, by subscribing their names to the rules of the trade union and by otherwise complying with the provisions of the Act, concerning the registration may apply for the registration of the trade union under the Trade Union Act 1926, and they should apply under the form under section 5 of and the form which is form A. Coming to the application of registration on the registrar, the person who registers the union is called registrar. The registrar on receipt of application can ask for the information under section 8 and can give the registration. Section 9 deals with that the registrar can issue a certificate of registration, and under section 10, if the registrar is not satisfied with the document which has been provided, can cancel the registration certificate. And the person whose registration has been cancelled, they have the right to appeal to the High Court within 16 days under section 11. Under section 12, he have to register under section 12, the trade union should have a registered office, and if the address is changed, it should inform to the registrar within 14 days. Now coming to the application of registration, every application of registration of the trade union shall be made to the registrar. So whatever the application has to be made to the registrar of the trade union, it shall be accompanied with the copy of the rules. What the rules have been framed by the members of the trade union, and the statement of the following things should be accompanied: the names of the workers who are affiliated with the trade union, the occupation of the employees who are been affiliated with the trade union, the resident address at the company's address where they are working while making with the application in case of the trade union of the workman, and the character, the occupation and the address of the place of the work and the members of the trade union making an application. The name of the trade union should be also been mentioned while applying with the registrar, and also should show the head office where it has been affiliated. The titles, that is the designation, whether it is a chairman, secretary or the treasurer of the trade union should be affiliated. The age, address and the occupation of the two office bearers should be also mentioned while applying with the registrar of the trade union. Coming to the next point, that is the provision to be contained in the rules of the trade union, that a trade union shall not be entitled to the registration if following conditions are not been satisfied. If they are not giving the names, if the object of the trade union is not been given, and the whole and the purpose for which the general funds which is being used is not properly explained, to the registrar and the registrar is not satisfied, then the trade union registration is not been given. The maintenance of the list of the members should be periodically updated with the register of the trade unions, and the admission of the ordinary or the new members should be also informed to the the register of the trade union. So periodically the trade union members should inform to the register of the trade union. Coming to the certificate of registration, the registrar on registering the trade union under section 8 shall issue a certificate of registration in the prescribed form, for which should be a conclusive proof that the trade union has been registered under this act. Coming to the after the registration, we are speaking about the cancellation part. The registration, the certificate of registration of the trade union may be withdrawn or cancelled by the registrar. So only the registrar has the right to withdraw or cancel the registration on application of the trade union to be verified in such a manner as may be prescribed. If the registrar is satisfied that the certificate has been obtained by fraud or by mistake, or that the trade union has been ceased to exist, that means the trade union is not at all existing, or has willfully or negligently or and after the notice from the registrar contravened any provisions of the act or allowed the rules to continue in force which is inconsistent with such provisions, or rescinded any rule, that is bypassed any rules providing for the matters provided under the section 6, then only the registrar can cancel his registration. Otherwise it cannot cancel the registration. The trade union should have the registered office, and this registered office address should be communicated with the registrar of the trade union, and any change should be intimated within 14 days to the registrar if the office has been shifted from one place to another place. Incorporation of registered trade union. So as you know, when there is an incorporation, when the certificate of registration has been given, it has the perpetual succession. That means the union would be having the civil as well as the criminal liability, and it cannot be means no one can file a suit against the trade union. This is a particular rights which has been given under the Trade Union Act. Every registered trade union should be a corporate by the name under which it has been registered. It should have perpetual succession. That means if all the members of the trade union are expired, still the trade union would be going on. And has a common seal. That means the logo would be something different, and it should have a power to acquire and hold the both movable properties and immovable properties in the name of the trade union, and to contract and shall the name can be sue and can be sued. That means the trade union can file a case in the name of trade union, and the person, if the employer wants to file a case, then it should be filed against the trade union in its own name. That means the trade union can be sued and can be sued. Right to inspect the books of trade union. The account book of the trade union and the list of the members thereof shall be open for inspection to the office bearers or the members of the trade union. So in the registered office, this book has to be kept, and in the office bearers or any members can be inspected prior giving the information that I am coming for inspection of the books of records. Change of name. If the registered trade union want to change the name, or if you want to add, modify, delete or amend the name, it should inform to the registrar and should get the consent of the 2/3 of the members under the section 5 related to the change of name. Now coming to the important part, that is amalgamation. When the two more unions are merging itself, what are the rules and related to the amalgamation? When two or more registered trade unions may become amalgamated together as one trade union without the dissolution of the previous union, and such trade union may be either of them provided the votes at least one of the members, one of the members of that particular previous union and the current union should be giving the voting rights of the merger, or that is called amalgamation, and every state union shall vote are recorded and should be at least 60%. The votes are recorded in the favor of the proposal, that is amalgamation of the trade union. Now coming to the effects when there is a change of name or end of the amalgamation. The change in name of the registered union shall not affect any rights or obligation of the previous named union, or render defective any legal or proceedings against the trade union and the legal proceeding which might have been continued or commenced by or against the merger, and should be continued till the process has been completed, or when the case is going on between the or in the name of the previous trade union after the amalgamation also the case may continue, or if there is a dispute between the previous in the name of the employees of the previous trade union, it will continue, it won't have any effects. Coming to this last slide, that is called dissolution. When is the registered trade union is dissolved, a notice of dissolution signed by the 7 members and by the secretary of the trade union within the 14 days of the dissolution be sent to the registrar. If the trade union feels that we want to dissolve that particular trade union, the 7 members should inform to the registrar of the trade union within 14 days. The resolution should be submitted to the registrar of the trade union and shall be registered by him. And if he is satisfied the dissolution has been effected in accordance with the rules, that is, if the registrar has been satisfied that the dissolution is as per the rules, then the registrar has the rights to dissolve that particular union. When the dissolution of the registered trade union has been registered and the rules of the trade union does not provide any distribution of the fund or of the trade union on the dissolution, the registrar shall divide the funds amongst the members in such a manner as may be prescribed under the Act. So the registrar has to understand the latest law related to the amendment of the Trade Union Act. Thank you from my side. Today, in short, I spoke about the process of registration of the trade union, the dissolution process, and the different types of logo as well as the applicability of the Act. Thank you.